Yeah, I just want to say, man, I just want to continue what I said yesterday. So let's get on with that. Is that facing your fears, man. And basically, if you don't conquer your fears while it's in its early stages, it's gonna get deeper. Eventually, it's gonna be sort of like a stronger psychological effect that will add more pain to to what it actually is. So, for example, man, I'm afraid of blood tests, not because of the blood, but like when they take my blood, they stick a needle there and stuff. I guess I could say that I'm afraid of the needle. And for so long, I didn't want to go to the hospital to get my blood checked and all. I hated that. But now I had no choice because I'm confined in the hospital, and of course I have to say why I'm confined here right now. Basically, I have to get my surgery on. I got they're gonna perform surgery on my right shoulder because I dislocated it back then, and we thought that this was the best time to get this operated right now since it's online classes and there isn't that much happening, and I'm just gonna stay home. That's the most important thing. So yeah, going back, they took a blood test, and the person came in. She was taking my blood, and then man, I just tensed up like a Super Saiyan. And man, it just made it worse. So she had a hard time getting the blood, and I was like, made it worse. And she kind of, right now I can still feel it. She kind of hit a nerve somewhere here. Like I felt that. And then finally she just had to take the blood here. So what's my point here? Basically, the blood test wasn't actually all that bad. What's all that bad is just it came from here. That's why the pain multiplied by a bunch more, probably two to three times. So what you have to do is you really gotta conquer your fears. And how do you conquer your fears, man? You gotta face it and tell yourself. Always keep this in mind that what you're afraid of is probably not even that bad at all. It's just the only thing that's making it even better and worse is the way you think about it. And so I had another blood test after that, several hours later. And yeah, I was more calm because I already felt the needle once again. It wasn't as bad as I remembered. And yeah, it took my blood, and yeah, it was barely a minute. And there it was. So I realized, you know what? The mind really is a spectacular thing and also a curse, depending on how you use it. And that right there. That's why, philosophers always say, in order to, to control the others is first you gotta control yourself. And I keep forgetting who says, the people that say this, but like they also say that these are mostly Greek philosophers and Roman philosophers, and they say that he who is disciplined is free. And I think Seneca said that. I'm not sure, but my point here is, man, you really gotta learn how to control your mind. And how do you control your mind? It really takes practice. It takes self-awareness, to always reflecting every day. You can't just like one day, oh, I'm enlightened. One day you're, oh yeah, I know everything. No. And I don't think it's even possible to reach a point where you know everything, because there's always something to learn every second, every moment. So you always got to keep reflecting. So anyway, moving on, that's just the story I had to tell. If you notice my haircut, well, this is actually a funny story about this haircut, man. I actually wanted the brush up fade. I like the fade here. This is the fade that I wanted, but the barber kind of took it up a notch here, and I'm like, what is this dude doing? Like, I realized it was too late when he started buzz cutting the top, and I'm like, bro, what you doing? I'm like, I didn't speak up because I was like, I didn't want to ruin the vibe, but it is what it is, man. So I got this haircut, and the line here is basically, it's because I wanted to, like, the brush up to look, just, I usually have this line, and the thing I hate that kind of pissed me off is it's kind of far off. Like, usually I have the line here, I can still feel it, but like, I don't know what's up with that barber. Like, he's been my long time barber, and just for some reason he's just, I don't know about it. Now I look like a syndicate or something. But anyway, the important thing is that hair grows back. Now, and just going back, gotta get a surgery here. No, I'm just preparing myself. I've been confined since Wednesday, and I'm about to get the operation on Friday, which is tomorrow. And I'm not allowed to eat 11 p.m. onwards because they say that it's like it can cause some complications during the operation because I think the body has the tendency to vomit. I don't know about that, but it's like there's this thing about the body vomiting, that if you ate, you know, prior to that operation, like maybe 7 to 8 hours on that time frame, it basically it can clog up the lungs and kill you. And like yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, I have no COVID. They had to take a swab test. So for the people out there that thinking about getting surgery or getting confined in the hospital, yeah, they're gonna get you a swab. They're gonna swab test you, right? And the swab test. Let me just break some myths about swab test. When I told my friend about this, she said like, "Oh, I heard that the swab test really hurts." No, let me tell you, the blood test hurts. The swab test does not hurt. It tickles. It's like think about a long ass cotton bud. Like let's say a long ass cotton bud, something like this. Then they just put it here, and it reaches a certain point, and then it starts to tickle you a little bit. Like it's uneasy, but it doesn't hurt. And then they twist it a little bit, get some, I don't know, some boogers. I'm just kidding. Now they just take some specimens and all. They take it out there. As simple as that. It's not really that painful. Like if you've had the blood test before, you shouldn't be afraid of the swab test. Let me tell you that. I don't even know why people are afraid of that, but I'm afraid of the blood test. But yeah. And yeah, I just want to take this time right now. Like the reason I'm making this video is because, man, I haven't been making a lot of videos, and it's because, well, my excuse is schoolwork and I just wanted to learn more. Like I told myself, if I'm gonna go back to the YouTube thing, that I gotta make sure that my knowledge is on par, that what I'm saying here is not just all blabberish and the word salad and all that. I want to keep improving first. So my point is, when I go back here, just like what I'm doing right now, I want to make sure that I'm more mature than who I was months ago when I started this YouTube thing. And yeah, I don't want to give out information that's like coming from a person that's childish, you know. And yeah, I just want to keep think to myself and always remind myself that I'm always learning, growing, and I always have conversations with people that are older, much more mature, and just having conversations in general. And which brings me to my point: how important it is to just have a conversation with someone. Humans are social beings. I'm telling you, we cannot rely on just gadgets. We weren't like that for billions of years or whatever, how long we've been. Really need socialization. Like even just chatting with someone. Although it does use technology, ironically, but just calling them, man, it's very important, man. Just to give out your thoughts, and yeah. And the most important thing is always the self-reflection and the self-awareness. You always gotta know that. You always gotta remind yourself that you have weaknesses and know them. That's why I understand now why the philosophers say that. I forgot who said it. Know thyself. That's that simple line there. Know thyself. That says a lot. That is deep. Okay. Thing is, if you don't know yourself, how are you gonna know your weaknesses, know who you really are, etc. Right? So if you know yourself, you know your tendencies, you know this, your weaknesses, your strengths, and all that. And if you know that, those are the building blocks in order for you to know, okay, where am I gonna go next? Okay, and just from there, just keep building. And something that I still struggle to apply in this world is the process. They say, trust the process and all that. The reason why is because I grew up where I'm like personally, I'm an impatient person. Like if I don't see it immediately, I'm like I start to doubt it quickly. And the process, the strategy of process, long term stuff and all that, it was always like a far fetched strategy for me. It never really occurred to me that how important those things were, because I have this mindset of like, I might die tomorrow, so let's just do this right now. I don't wanna, not see the results. And then I realized, you can't have big results in a short amount of time. You can't have great and legendary results in a short amount of time. That just doesn't make sense. In order to, like, with for example, although we do have lotto, people win the lottery, but that is such a small percentage. Most of the time, people that have big money was people that are rich, that was built from generation to generation. So the point is, you really gotta take the first step. Step by step is very important. And as a kid, I never really understood the step by. I never really tried to understand as well the step by step thing. But as I matured, I realized the process, the step by step process is very important, because it's like, for example, if you were a basketball player for, let's say, 10 years, that's good, and you said, all right, I'm gonna go boxing. Look at Nate Robinson, all right? Now, shout out to Nate Robinson for going out there with Jake Paul. Takes the guts to go out there. Anyway, decides, all right, I'm gonna be a boxer. Boom, what happened? Life happened. Life taught him that no, you can't just work on this for several years and then just bang, basketball. Although Nate Robinson has been playing basketball for decades, even not just 10 years, so my mistake on that. But yeah, you really gotta do it step by step, man. And the thing is, if you hurry up on things, man, let me tell you this. It's eventually gonna bite you in the ass. I'm telling you. Because I also went through this. I thought that back then you could just run through things, and then it comes to bite me in the ass. Just like I decided to become a sports writer and all that. And I thought I thought that in the journalism world, I just wanted to become a broadcaster, TV broadcaster, radio broadcaster. So I thought, I don't need to be good in writing and all that. Yeah, you don't have to, but oh wait, no. Let me rephrase that. You can choose. You may choose not to, but it is a necessity. Let me tell you that, because you're not always gonna be a broadcaster, a TV or a radio speaker from the get-go. Sometimes you gotta start somewhere. You gotta write, because how are you gonna get the trust of those people? Plus, there are those that are ahead of you, right? So I had to learn that, and I also wanted to learn sport writing, like news writing and all that. So I love sports. I had to go to sports writing. I realized, man, like I only started now, senior high. Like if I started in grade school, it would have been I would have learned so much. But yeah, here I am right now. So the process is very important. And don't get discouraged if you still don't know what you want to do. You may be, man. I love the mindset of Gary Vaynerchuk. Man, dude's been trending a lot lately, and I love his mindset of like, you're 40, you're 50, so what? You still got a lot of time. You're still not gonna reach 70. Like if you're 50, you're still not gonna be 70 in like 20 years. And all that, but his point is, don't let the age stop you. You wanna, one of the things that inspired me, like, I remember when I was in our province in Laguna. It's a very nature ambient place, and something like that. Very lot of nature. I saw this old lady. She is, I don't know, maybe she's in her 70s. She's old. Like, I saw her planting, and I'm like, is she gonna live long enough to see those plants grow? But the thing was, that didn't stop her. Maybe not, but like, she still planted, because she thought of the generations that would come after. She didn't just think about herself. That's how I saw it. And the point here is, another thing that we have to keep in mind is, don't just think about yourself. Think about the generations that will come after. Because the bigger you think about, the bigger your vision, the bigger you think outside of yourself, the more you reach. Because you're no longer just doing it for yourself. Now you're doing it for generations to come, and it's gonna pull out something in you that you never knew you had. So yeah, I think that's probably it for the video, and this will be the last video before I get operated on tomorrow. Yeah, prayers, man, and all that. Thank you if you're gonna pray for me, and God bless you. And for those, just let's continue on with life. I did, like, if you want to see the story of how I got this, it's in the video. I might put the link in the description. I don't know, but yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to all the people that have been helping me along the way. Here I am right now, man. It's like, let's get at it, man. If you're gonna ask me, am I scared? Nah, not really. I'm that type of person, like, let's just get this over with. Because, like I said earlier, I'm kind of impatient. Something I'm still working on. But, like, yeah, let's just finish it. Because the more I think about it, the more the mind just, like, starts to overthink, So the way I'm able to counter that is by trying to putting my attention in other things. But yeah, if you're going through stuff, man, going through shit, it's okay, man. Damn. It might last a week, but a year, hopefully not. But you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Greatness is built through adversity. Let me tell you that. So yeah, man. Peace out to everyone. Keep going. Just keep fighting. And I'll see y'all in the next video.